one of the most crucial aspects of your essay is going to be your thesis statement. Without a thesis statement in your introductory paragraph, your reader simply does not know what direction you're going. So, in order to develop a great thesis statement, you're going to be following the formula of one opinion and three reasons. Now, the opinion, or the OP, as you will see on your graphic organizer, is going to come from answering the essay prompt that your teacher has given you. It may be identifying a theme or a literary device in a story that you're currently reading. The second part to the formula is going to be the three reasons, or the REs. Now, the three reasons are going to come from that piece of literature that you have been reading, and it's simply going to be the evidence that you pull out to prove that one opinion. For some teachers, they may call them quotes. As you look through the rest of the PowerPoint attached to this video, we'll go into more depth of how this thesis statement will structure your entire essay.
How to write a thesis statement. It's very important that you pay attention to this PowerPoint, as again, this is the bread and butter of your essay. Now, your thesis statement is an outline to your entire paper. It allows the reader to know in advance how the paper is actually organized, and it expresses the main ideas of your paper. It's important for your thesis to make a clear, concise opinion about your topic. You'll notice that opinion is going to be abbreviated here with OP. For now, we're going to limit the statement to only one opinion for three reasons, the formula that we talked about previously in this video. It is also important to remember that your thesis, it is an argument. It must have two sides, meaning it is debatable. It should not be a fact, and we're going to go into that a little bit more here on the next slide. An opinion is a belief or judgment that falls short of absolute conviction, certainty, or positive knowledge. It is a conclusion that certain facts, ideas, etc. are probably true or likely to prove so. And this is going to appear in your thesis statement, followed by your three reasons. Again, this is your opinion. What do you believe? What are you trying to prove in accordance with the essay prompt that your teacher has given you? This is not a fact. The next part of your thesis statement are the reasons. The reasons are the basis of an argument. They are the inferences or the educated guesses you have made based on evidence and facts. The three reasons you include in your thesis will be the basis for each topic sentence in your body paragraphs. And later on in this PowerPoint, you'll see what exactly I mean by the topic sentences in your body paragraphs. Now, your reasons, it is important to know, will be coming directly from either outside resources or the reading that you are currently using for your essay. It is important also to remember that any evidence that you use, you need to make sure that you put it in your works cited page. So let's look at a good thesis statement, but that has gone totally wrong. When good thesis statements go bad. The Birds is set in England. Now you'll notice there are no reasons here whatsoever. It is a fact. The Birds, which is the story of the birds, is in fact set in England. It is not debatable. You cannot argue with this. This is not something about which we can persuade other people. So this would be an example of a bad thesis statement. So let's make it better. Before we had The Birds is set in England. After, Daphne du Maurier creates a suspenseful mood in The Birds with her use of a twisted plot, graphic imagery, and descriptive language. You'll notice that I have coded here the blue, which would be my opinion, and the red, which is my reasons. My opinion is that the author has created a suspenseful mood. That is what my essay is going to set out to prove. And I'm going to prove that the author creates a suspenseful mood through my three reasons of a twisted plot, graphic imagery, and descriptive language. We can now argue with this statement. This is how you're going to take a factual thesis statement and create a much better thesis statement. A few points to remember is that a good thesis statement will show the point of the essay. It will state the topic about which an opinion is made. It will show the author's one opinion and 3 reasons, and it will show the essay's organization. The TS checklist questions is a slide that you can actually download from the PowerPoint section in the downloadable How to Write a Thesis Statement. It's important to use this checklist against your thesis statement to see, are you making a correct thesis statement? A couple examples would be, is your thesis a concise opinion about your topic? Is the opinion limited to only one idea? Is the opinion specific, and is it written in the present tense? It's important when you are writing your thesis statement that you do keep 2 parallel structure in your thesis statement. So let's make a couple comparisons here looking at some thesis statements. Remember, a thesis statement is an opinion, not a statement of fact or an observation. For example, if I wrote a thesis statement saying, people use lawn chemicals, again, this is a fact. There is no direct argumentative points that can be made. I'm simply observing that people use lawn chemicals. Now, to make it better, I'm going to keep that same opinion about lawn chemicals, but I'm going to add my reasons. So, for example, lawn chemicals should not be used. That would be my opinion. Because they are dangerous, only serve cosmetic purposes, and release toxins into our environment. You'll see here I have my 3 reasons mapped out so that I can now argue that lawn chemicals should not be used. Again, if you go back into the PowerPoint provided on the webpage, you can get many more examples to go through with your class and your instructor. Now, how do I get started on my thesis statement? Well, a couple questions you could ask yourself is, what was interesting to me about the topic? What is my opinion about what is interesting? What are the reasons I have to support my opinion? And in what order should I present my reasons? Now, we're going to talk about that here in this next slide of your weakest argument in the middle. It is very important that you remember this because when you develop your thesis statement, you're not simply going to order your reasons from your first thought to your last thought. You want to have a strategy. So if you look here at this graphic organizer, you're going to see how your body paragraphs in fact are mapped out by your thesis statement. Your opinion would be here within your thesis statement or in that last sentence of your introductory paragraph. Your first reason is going to then become the topic for your body paragraph number 1. You want this to be your strongest argument. So your reason number 1 is going to equal your topic for your body paragraph number 1, and it's going to develop into your topic sentence, which we'll get to in a later lesson. Reason number 2 for your topic, for your body paragraph number 2, should be your weakest argument. Now, in my mind, you should not have a weak topic whatsoever. However, it does sometimes happen. So you want to place that in the middle between your 2 strongest reasons. That way, your reader will start off strong and end strong as well. You're finally going to see here that reason number 3 is going to become your topic for body paragraph number 3. Again, this is why it is so vital that you take your time when it comes to creating your thesis statement, because it is going to map out for your reader exactly the direction that you're going to go for each of your body paragraphs.